With the steady surge of leaks and the relentless flow of insider information from every corner of the community, it has become increasingly clear that version 6.3 will be far more than a routine update with a few side quests and a handful of simple character appearances. Everything suggests that this update will serve as a major turning point, an inflection point between the story we've known so far and the narrative direction the game is now preparing to take. Plot threads that once appeared scattered and disconnected are suddenly aligning, forming a pattern that points towards something monumental on the horizon. And before we dive into these developments, here's a quick announcement. I'll be giving away 5 Welkin Moons every Friday. Just subscribe to the channel, watch the video to the end, leave a like and a comment. Good luck, everyone! Now, let's begin. This new phase begins with the growing discussion surrounding RERIR, a character who has become the center of attention as more signs emerge confirming his return in a major story mission directly linked to Colombina. His reappearance is far from ordinary. Current data reveals that he will receive 51 full voice lines in the update, which clearly emphasizes how deeply he will be woven into the storyline and how significant his influence will be on upcoming events. Bro, pulling in Genshin is getting way too expensive lately, so if you're like me and want to save some money, here's what I've been using myself, a legit top-up site called LootBar. They usually have deals that make it up to 30% cheaper than the official prices, which honestly helps a lot if you're trying to get Durin or Venti this phase. And if you use my link, you can unlock the exclusive 10% off new user discount. It's pretty nice for saving on pulls. Do not worry if you are a returning user, you could still get extra 8% off coupons. Topping up is super simple. Choose what you want, enter your UID, pick your server, pay, and the crystals show up almost instantly. And if you're worried about safety, don't be. LootBar has a 4.9 rating on Trustpilot with more than 30k plus of real reviews, and tons of Genshin creators like DuckTV, Genshin Impact, and Braxophone are already using it. It's legit. Click my links in the description and pinned comment if you want to save money for your next pull. The earlier chapter connecting Colombina and RERIR was always wrapped in mystery, half-finished gestures, cryptic interactions, and unanswered questions. Now, with both of them appearing once again within the same arc, especially after Colombina entered the Moon Portal, the very portal through which RERIR was cast away in earlier lore, the stage is set for multiple possible outcomes. We might witness a direct conversation between them that finally uncovers hidden truths, or perhaps the update will offer flashbacks revealing long-buried secrets. There is even the possibility that players may finally understand what occurred inside that portal, which has become a focal point of speculation across the community. Even without full confirmation of the narrative structure, one thing is certain: RERIR's return isn't a simple cameo. A character receiving this many voice lines signals a profound reawakening of unresolved story arcs, connecting forgotten elements to new developments and reshaping the larger narrative in meaningful ways. As the excitement surrounding RERIR continues to grow, another major figure claims the spotlight: Varka, the long-awaited commander who has remained shrouded in silence for years. Recent leaks do not merely indicate his return, rather, they reveal that he will appear with a massive new character model, far larger than fans initially expected. Early comparisons even suggest that his scale may rival or surpass that of Capitano, granting him an imposing presence that matches his reputation and historic role within the lore. This enormous visual design is not superficial. It reinforces Varka's strength and importance in gameplay. According to the information circulating, he will wield a claymore enhanced by Anemo, which positions him as a formidable candidate for a major DPS role. More importantly, leaks hint that he will feature in a fully cinematic battle sequence during version 6.3, showcasing his abilities in a crucial confrontation that many expect to be one of the most visually impressive and intense encounters in the game. And with over 120 voice lines assigned to him in this update, it becomes evident that Varka's debut will combine both narrative depth and cinematic scale, marking him as a foundational figure in the arc ahead. While the spotlight shines on these powerful characters, speculation intensifies regarding Sandrron, one of the most emotionally complex figures in the current storyline. Many sources indicate she is on track to become playable in version 6.6. Yet the events leading to that transformation may begin much earlier, in version 6.3, which is shaping up to hold a defining moment in her journey. Once known for her cold demeanor, expressionless face, and sharp, detached remarks, Sandrron has gradually begun to show subtle changes, shifts that can be traced back to her deepening connection with Colombina. Updates such as version 6.2 presented small but meaningful interactions between them, quiet glances, lingering pauses, unspoken understanding. These understated moments have led many players to believe that their bond is far stronger than the story currently reveals. Because of this connection, numerous theories now suggest that Sandrron may face a moment of profound internal conflict, one that could push her toward an unexpected and painful sacrifice to protect Colombina. Considering her earlier claims about not caring for heroes who sacrificed themselves for the world, this potential shift, from apathy to deeply personal loyalty, marks a dramatic change in her character arc. If such a scene does unfold, it would easily become one of the most impactful emotional sequences in the game. And yet, the speculation doesn't end there. Should this sacrifice occur in 6.3, many expect her to return later in version 6.6 as a transformed character, new strength, new persona, and a renewed purpose forged through the turning point she experiences. Meanwhile, beyond the central storyline of these major characters, fresh information from Inazuma signals the introduction of a completely new male character in version 6.4 or 6.5. Although details remain limited, strong indications suggest he will be linked to the stories of Scaramouche and Kazuha, which opens the door to expanding existing lore and revisiting unresolved threads within the region. Early leaks hint that he will wield a sword and harness Electro, giving him a combat identity that blends speed and precision. With this anticipation building, players may want to begin saving their primo gems in preparation for his banner. Gathering all these developments, RERIR's grand return, Varka's overwhelming presence, Sandron's potential emotional transformation, and the arrival of a brand new Inazuma warrior, it becomes clear that the upcoming updates are not simply adding content, but redefining the trajectory of the game itself. These changes reach far beyond missions and battles, they reshape narrative tone, character dynamics, and the cinematic presentation of the game's world. As the release of these updates draws near, players find themselves asking numerous questions. How will these storylines collide? What new alliances and conflicts will emerge? And how drastically will the world shift as these characters take center stage? The answers are approaching steadily, and if the current leaks are any indication, what's coming will be more dramatic, more powerful, and more emotionally charged than anything the game has delivered before. That's everything for today's video, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment and a like for a chance to win the Welkin Moon. Good luck to everyone.